So what's up everyone, Paint Freak the Freak Chef, fuck yeah, with another awesome grill recipe in my outdoor kitchen here. I'm doing pizza on the grill tonight. It's gonna be fucking banging like a biscuit as fuck as always. So I got my grill preheating and I have all my burners on to really high because I got this awesome little pizza stone. You can use a pizza steel if you want. This is pretty well seasoned, as you can tell. It also comes with this little wire thing, which I normally don't use in the oven because I'll use like a peel or something with it. But on the grill, I don't mind actually using it because it actually keeps it off the burners when I put it on there. And it also makes it easier to handle when I'm getting it off the grill, especially getting onto a tray when I'm ready to slice it later. So I want to get this thing on high heat in the middle of my grill and close the lid and let that preheat for at least 20 minutes and get it up to like the highest temperature I can. And this grill, I've measured it with my little infrared thermometer, and I could probably do that if I want to take it out. But I know with this high burner on that grills and all that, it gets up to about 700 degrees, which is pretty much what a professional pizza oven will get to. So this actually makes better results than in your actual home oven that could probably reach max 500, maybe 550 if it has that bake feature that lets you go that high. So I'm using a pizza stone for this, and once that's preheated, we're going to start stretching out our dough, get it ready, and get it on there, and we're going to have pizza as fuck. I'm very excited about. Fuck it. Alright, so I just have to adjust the temperature on the grill because that pizza stone is at 800 degrees, 876 degrees. So, now we're ready to start getting the dough done. So, I already cleaned the table off, but what I like to do is, I take a little spritzy water bottle. Even though it's clean because we're cooking outside, I'll just take a piece of parchment and just lay it down. What the water bottle spritz does is keeps the parchment paper from slipping around while you're trying to work with the dough. And it looks like we need a little that side too, just to keep it down. There we go. Kind of adheres it to the table. Take our dough, dump it out. It's been warming up now for about an hour. It's a little on the cool side, but hey, it'll work. I'm gonna get our gloves on though. This way we don't get all sticky on it. And a little pinch of flour will also help. Get that on there. A little more on the paper. And that'll help get it, keep it from sticking. And we want to pull our dough from the middle using our fingers, just like that. A nice round circle. Pick it up, put your knuckles in it, give it a couple flips, and I do quarter turns, punching your knuckles into the middle of it, and it'll make a nice round dough. Lay it back down, push it out from the middle, move that out of the way to the other camera. And I don't want to push too much on the edges, I just want to push from the middle, doing it like that. We're going to pick it up again, tossing it hand to hand over the knuckles, quarter turns, and depending on how fancy you want to be, you could spin it, I mean you could do all kinds of stuff, but we don't want to go too crazy. We just want a nice uniform dough. Drop it back down on the board, push it out. Again, we're just moving the air out of the middle, but we want it in the crust, just like that. Pick it up, give it a few more turns. And I mean, there's a ton of videos online that'll show you how to do stuff with pizza dough. This is just the way I like doing it. It's nice and easy, it's not complicated, doesn't require a lot of skill. It's nice and easy for everybody out there to do. Now my flour side is up this time, back down on the board. And if you notice how it kind of ruffles out every time I slap it down on the board, It's letting a lot of that air out of the middle. And I don't want to go for a completely thin crust pizza on this. I just want to, I'm just cooking for two, and we can't decide on what we want on it. But I'm a pepperoni fan, and the other one likes plain, so I'm just going to do a half and half. And since it's just two of us, we'll have a nice thicker crust pizza. Back down on the board. And has a nice form to it. Again, I'm pushing out from the middle towards the edges, and I'm not pushing the edges down. I'm pushing from the middle out. And that's very important to have a nice, thick, crunchy crust. Get some nice air bubbling when you do it that way. And there we go. Got a nice looking pizza dough. Now it's time to top this thing. A lot of times people say, let it sit a little bit. Give it 5-10 minutes. Just let it sit out on the board. And that you can do that if you want. And because the grill is so hot, and we're doing this on the grill, that pizza is not going to start shrinking in. As long as it doesn't shrink in on the table when you're doing it. And even though our dough is cold, it's not completely room temperature. It's holding its form really good, just like that. You're not really manipulating it too much, and you don't want to manipulate it that much. Just give it a nice, even spread, pushing out towards the edges, and let that edge hold that air. Okay? Now next, we're going to get our sauce. I know a lot of times people like to put olive oil down underneath the sauce before you put the sauce on. Not really that necessary, as long as you have a good pizza dough. Now if you're doing this in the oven and you're doing it on a baking sheet, you may want to put some oil down under the dough on the baking sheet before you put it in the oven. But we're doing this on the grill, and just a nice, easy little coat of sauce. Just like that is all it's going to take. Keep it away from the edges so that they don't get soggy. And you still get that crisp crust. Spread it out thin. If you don't do that, then all the toppings fall off. You go to a lot of pizza places and they just don't get it. The other thing I like to do is add some grated cheese to the sauce. And you don't want to simmer the sauce either beforehand. There's a difference between spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, pasta sauces, and all that. When you start simmering them, what they do is it builds up acidity. And here, this is that Italian seasoning I was telling you about. Sprinkle some of that on once you get the cheese on there, the shredded cheese. And that's going to help soak that flavor in. Now we're going to go with a slight layer of cheese, and I use low moisture mozzarella, and I put a nice little light layer of that on there. And I know I'm doing a half and half pizza here, so one side is going to get a little more cheese than the other, just for now. And have you ever seen those curly pepperoni cup pizzas? Here's the secret to that. You got to buy the whole pepperoni. Get the whole fucking log. Get the whole penis of pepperoni. And don't cut the skin off. Get it with natural casing too. So take that, slice it as thin as you want. Put that down on your pizza. And you're going to get that curly cup that so many pizza places want to charge you an arm and a leg for. And this is so much better than the regular pre-sliced pepperoni, and as long as you get it in like natural casing and stuff. So what that's going to do is when it all bakes, that skin is going to curl, and that's what makes that curly cut pepperoni. That's my slice. Now we're going to go back, top a little bit of that side up with some cheese. Add a little more cheese around here. And what's nice is when that pepperoni starts cupping up, that cheese is going to melt in. and that flavor is going to be absolutely amazing. Now, the tricky part is getting this from our parchment on here. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is to show you, because most of you home cooks, you don't have a pizza peel. And if you get some of those baking trays that have just that one lid with the open edge, you can use that. But I have a little hack. If you don't have one of those or a pizza peel, I take this, I slide my pizza on here. Oh wait, I forgot another little hack for you. Watch this. Semolina flour is normally put down to keep the pizza sliding and it doesn't stick. The other thing you can use is corn meal. I don't have either, but I have some plain breadcrumbs. Even if you have seasoned breadcrumbs, why not? It adds some extra flavor. So now I'm going to take this, the flour, you don't want to fold the pizza like that either. The flour will help it slide onto your pan, and then you discard that. And the reason why we don't want to do that with the parchment is because parchment will burn at 450 degrees. So we want to slide this onto our pizza stone that's been heating up in there at 850 degrees, 878 I think last we measured it. And we want to make sure this slides right on it without destroying the beautiful build we made. So here we go. Right onto our pizza stone on the grill. Here this makes it. There we go. Right on. And we close the lid, and it's only going to take maybe 10 minutes because it's at 800 degrees. This is just as hot as a professional pizza oven. I'm going to tell you, this is going to bake fucking amazing. You guys will eat my fuck after this shit. Okay guys, so once the top of the pizza starts getting nice and burnt, not burnt, but just kind of browned, see how the pepperoni cups are coming up and starting to pop? We want that crust to finish. That pizza stone has a lot of heat still in it, and we want that bottom crust to crust up just a little bit more, make it nice and crispy so it passes the flop and fold test. So I take all the burners, I kill it. This way, only the heat from the stone is actually still hitting that dough to get it exactly where we want. Nice and browned, a little crisp on the bottom. So we're going to give that another 5 minutes in there, and we've only been about 8 minutes in so far. All right, everyone, so our pizza is pretty much done. I turned off all the burners, and this shit is ready to come off. The crust should be nice and crispy as fuck, and just to make sure, we'll check it. Now, I always keep a pair of welding gloves around because pulling hot shit off the grill sucks. It's not like burning your fucking feet, so. And you always want to make sure you have a resting spot ready. In this case, I'm going to use the side stove over here. Now, if you don't have a side stove, 2 spatulas also work. Just pick them up, drop it on the plate for your pizza tray that you want to serve it on, and it works awesome as fuck. Now, holy shit, that's hot. But I just want to show you the bottom crust here. See how awesome this looks? Look at that. That is an awesomely cooked pizza. We're going to get some of our, what I call, I mean, this is a blend of Pecorino and Romano Parmesan cheese blend that I make. I grate up all 3 cheeses. And I've been known to use Asiago cheese as well. Pecorino's not really readily available. Now, I'm going to let this rest for just about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes before I start slicing it. Just let everything settle so that everything doesn't get like all sloppy. And here it is. First time round pizza off the grill. Hope you guys like my recipes. Check out my cookbook. It's coming out the end of this year called Eat My Fuck. And you guys are going to love all the recipes in there. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for contributing so much. And thank you guys for eating everything that I cook. I'm liking everything that I do. I'm Pain Freak the Freak. Check out the link on the bottom of the little screen here that I'm talking to you in. Love you guys.